I'm Timmy Morgan. A couple things about me. I enjoy craft beer and I love to travel. I've found one of the best ways to get to know a city is through its local brew pubs. So we are here in beautiful Charleston, South Carolina. I'm gonna get together with 3 friends. We're gonna check out 4 craft breweries. We're gonna meet some cool people. And of course, we're gonna sample some great beer. This is Fo4.
Join us as we see America through its tap rooms and determine each city's ideal flight before we fly off to the next location. 4 friends, 4 breweries, 4 beers, in 4 categories. This is
Cheers.
Cheers.
Fo4.
We are at Rusty Bull Brewing Company. Great place to start because it's right down the street from Charleston International Airport. My friends are in there ready to go, so let's do this.
Rusty Bull Brewing Company in North Charleston makes a great first stop after arriving in town. It's just a block from I-26, the main artery running across the greater Charleston area.
Big event for the dog soup.
Hey guys,
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you, Tim.
You too.
I'm Anna, otherwise known as Beer Girl Meets World. Got my start in beer working in a cute little beer distributor. Realized I hated working in a cubicle, but I really liked beer. Worked for a couple breweries, got to know the beer community, and kind of just became this little beer drinking fairy you see bouncing around town.
Good to see you.
Nice seeing you. My name is Steve McCauley. I'm one of the co-owners and co-founders of the Frothy Beard Brewing Company. Started the company about 8 years ago with 2 of my best friends. We were just homebrewers and had big dreams. And now I'm doing one of the best jobs anyone could ever do. How's it going?
Good, man. How are you? My name is Scott. I'm originally from a little city in England called Coventry. And I came to America about 21 or 22 years ago. And since I've been here, man, I've done a lot of things. I've toured with rock bands. I've been a professional full contact roller derby skater. I've been in Broadway shows. I've sold pickles. But the one thing, the one through line, beer.
Rusty Bull. I think you guys picked a pretty nice first place to start this thing.
Yeah, no, one of my
Probably
favorite
give you a
places.
first-hand view of the brewing here.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just in the
Yeah.
middle of it. Like I get to see the anatomy of the thing that I'm about to do. I'm just rambling. We should probably be drinking.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Too
will-
much talk, not enough drink.
I'll be back.
So I was telling my youngest son, that's not a bull, that's a cow.
I don't want to interrupt a great joke. I don't know if...
It was a great joke.
Hey, I'm Timmy.
Hey, Tim, Brian.
Timmy.
Brian. Ben, good to meet you
meet
guys. So, are you originally from this area?
I'm from Charleston, born and raised.
I am not. I actually grew up out west, moved here in 04, and that's where I met this guy, and we kind of hit it off from there.
He'll tell us a little bit about how this came to be.
It started out, just doing outreach with church. And then we were already drinking craft beer at that point. And, loved it and loved talking about it, just the experience of it, the complexity and the styles, and really appreciated it. So we started homebrewing.
Wow.
And I was, in diagnostics and automotive. I was, working at a shop. He's a pastor. And we're
I was keeping it a secret on Sunday mornings. I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So there's so many great accents in your tap room.
It was a piano warehouse.
2-story
Oh, really?
piano warehouse.
So explain the lovely little piano over here.
Yeah, exactly. And so if you look at these high tables over here, all of the framework for the tables, that's actually support and the structure and the guides for that cage that's now our merch cage that was a freight elevator.
Wow.
The lights have rims as chandeliers. That's just because we wanted to pay homage to Brian's background.
One of the things you also notice when you walk in is some great names. Do you have one that was your favorite of all time?
I would say Dance Naked's really one of them.
The funny thing about that beer, the way it was named, a local pastor came in, just so happens to be my father-in-law, and he said, "What is this beer?" And we said, "We don't know. We haven't named this yet."
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, well, you got to call it Dance Naked." I said, "Come again?" And he said, "After your father." And I said, "Well, what do you mean? I don't want to see my dance naked. It doesn't make sense to me."
Right.
Yeah, your dad wanted to be able to dance naked for God in his backyard.
Oh.
My dad had done a plane crash. Rusty, that's where Rusty comes from. Bull's actually his uncle. That's where Rusty Bull comes from. So it's like, all right, done. It's ordained. Dance Naked IPA it is.
I'm so excited to try this. Do you want to tell us what our lineup is?
Darth Marwell, it's a raspberry porter. We barrel aged it actually with a local barrel from a local distillery. Don't be afraid of the dark side. And then the hoppy beer is Trip Hop Anonymous. It's a triple hop double imperial IPA. It's a very hop forward, very bitter, very floral, but also very citrusy. It's a reference to actually an Adam Sandler movie.
All right,
Big
okay.
Daddy.
I thought it was reference to Flight of the Conchords, hip hop eponymous.
Yeah.
Hip hop hippopotamus?
Yeah.
My lyrics are bottomless.
But no. But excellent guess.
Okay.
Piece of wit, the
Right.
Belgian wit beer style. We're not heavy on the coriander, and we don't use a citrus peel. We're actually using kiwi that we hand skin here every single time we brew it. And juice, which is our take on a hazy IPA. Grapefruit, stone fruit, citrusy, but it's all from the hops, and it comes across really juicy.
Well, that sounds like a great lineup.
Hope you guys enjoy it.
Let's do it. All right.
The side of the band is completely missing.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, my friend.
Should we try some of these?
Absolutely.
All right, we got Darth Marwall. I say we just dig in.
As they say,
Yeah.
don't fear the dark side,
Cheers.
consume it.
Cheers.
It's a raspberry porter.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely delicious.
Yeah, it is really good.
I love how the malt
like it.
actually has like this chocolate flavor to it. That raspberry just kind of cuts through that little bit of sweetness right at the end.
This reminds me, you know, in the box of chocolates, and there was always the darkest one, and then you'd bite into that and had that raspberry. That's this right here. That is that
Yeah,
chocolate.
That's exactly what that is.
That's
Right?
a great descriptor. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I love it.
I pretty much like any beer that has a play on Star Wars, to be honest.
Well, if you can work Star Wars into
Yeah.
any facet of life,
Oh, absolutely.
One
Yeah,
meal.
for sure.
Well, what do we have next?
Cool. Now, tongue twister here, it looks like we have Trip Hop Anonymous
I'm
now.
loving it.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. It's a beautiful color, right?
It is. Smells great too. Guess it is a triple hopped IPA. Yeah.
So I'm definitely getting hops on this one.
Oh, absolutely.
8.2, nice and toasty.
You seem a little surprised by the that number
It's just,
there.
I mean, it's pretty easy drinking. Sometimes I expect like the higher ABV beers.
More difficult to
just
drink.
Yeah.
They say beer's an acquired taste, and then I think the next level is acquiring a taste for hops. So the first, I think most people when they have hops are just like,
Right. Definitely.
and then all of a sudden one day comes and you're like, I really like this. It's really good. This is
It's like broccoli.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love IPAs like this personally. So I just love the hops and the citrus and the pine aroma that you get right off of it. It's really good. I believe this beer was triple dry hopped. So it's a different part of an IPA process in which you actually hop the beer after primary fermentation. So typically, and we're using hops, you just throw them in the boil. But this is when you just toss them right in the fermenter. I think that's where the namesake Trip Hop Anonymous comes from though. So this is Piece of Wit. It's one of my favorite style of beers. It's a wit beer.
What is a wit beer? Like a wheat beer or?
Yeah, so it's it'll be a Belgian style. It's typically a wheat-derived beer, but put on a Belgian yeast.
Okay.
Clove, pine. You should get a lot of kind of fruitful flavor profiles coming off of it.
Really smelling it there.
Yeah, no, you can really tell the difference.
Yeah.
That's what Belgians are known for. You know, they've got this great aroma to them. And the wit beer typically is just extremely easy drinking. You know, like sometimes it can be even served with a lemon or even orange.
It almost doesn't taste like a beer.
Well, it's very like floral, I feel like.
This, to me, you could almost kind of substitute for like a sweeter Chardonnay, or almost, you know.
Oh yeah,
Right,
yeah. Oh, this one's delicious.
All right, so we're on to Juice.
All right. Juice.
It's so
I
good
love
they
it.
had to name it twice.
It's a hazy IPA.
This is easy to drink.
Yeah.
Like really,
All the
really
rage.
easy to
Yeah.
drink. This is one of those beers that I would definitely get into trouble with. No, but like, give me another one. Yeah, give me another one. Go on, just one more. Give me another one.
There's actually been some discussion about New England style IPAs because mostly IPAs are supposed to be nice and clear, but the hazy style is not supposed to be at all. Some brewers even put lactose in it, which is a type of milk sugar, to make sure that it's extremely cloudy.
Yeah.
It's definitely a beast
Hence
of its
the
own.
name.
Yeah, exactly. It's a totally different style of IPA.
Yeah. This is right in that nice kind of happy medium
Yeah,
where it's
that
not.
sits in the pocket right there, mate.
Yeah.
That's lovely. This is like Sunday afternoon, the river, the sun, the green grass,
You're
the
painting
hammock.
a beautiful picture. I definitely want to be there.
And the butler.
Yeah, the butler, that's right.
With juice. The butler with the juice.
Absolutely.
Could you bring me more butler? Juice.
Raymond, please bring the juice. Oh.
Yeah, this is lovely.
When at Rusty Bowl, you can't leave without a little spirited competition in tabletop ring toss.
Is this game even regulation size?
Probably not.
Thank you. Just saying.
What's that? If I win. Oh,
I don't know.
Straight on.
We've had a great time here, but we've got a big day ahead of us tomorrow. Touring the city and checking out a couple more breweries. I'm excited. Charleston has so much to see. Rainbow Row, the Battery, Charleston City Market, beautiful antebellum architecture, and a wealth of history everywhere you look. Countless hours can be enjoyed meandering through its picturesque alleys and windy ways. Just north of the historic downtown district is Charleston's rapidly expanding brewery district, the heart of the local beer community, where you can find 9 breweries in a 2.5-mile span, including Tradesman Brewing Company, where we're headed next.
Hey, how you doing?
Timmy Morgan.
Nice to meet you, man. I'm Chris Wynn.
We are so excited. It is good to be here at Tradesman.
We're psyched to have you guys here.
You walk in here, you cannot get away from Tradesman, even our taps. What kind of led you guys in that direction?
Brewing is a trade, and as much as people like coming to your brewery to have a beer, when they get here, they want to take pictures in front of the tanks, and they love the industrial process, and I think we're really blessed in this industry with being a factory that people want to come and hang out there.
You are obviously not just an island unto yourself, you're connected to Charleston.
If you go back into the history of beer, old public houses and pubs acted as community centers, right? Thankfully, beer is still an analog technology, right? I can't email you a pint. You still have to come get it. And beer drinking is also still a team sport. So people like to do that collectively, and that's a powerful moment. We're very lucky to get to hang out with people in that half an hour where they're actually connecting with other humans.
Can you think of a moment or a beer that really kind of launched you into this whole path?
Man, so many beers, so many years.
That should be a shirt right there. So many beers.
So many years. I was born and raised in Hawaii, and we didn't get there were not a lot of craft options back in the early 90s. But I remember having some beer from Weinhard's brewery out of Portland, Oregon. Weinhard's Dark. I think it was a dark lager. At the time I didn't know. All I knew is it didn't taste like skunky European or Canadian lagers, and it definitely didn't taste like American lagers, and it was something for me that felt like, oh man, maybe I do like beer. And then I moved to Fort Collins, Colorado, went to school at Colorado State, and I remember walking into my first beer shop and having 3 coolers full of big 22-ounce bottles of beers and breweries I'd never heard of. And really from that point on, once you start that personal exploration process, right, you never really get that genie back in the bottle.
Right. Just looking at your board, there's a lot of fun names.
Right.
Do you have a favorite, or is there a process that you go through when naming your beers?
It's getting harder and harder to come up with something that someone else hasn't used.
Thank you, Internet.
I actually love Untappd. You can always go on and see if somebody's logged into a beer name, you know you better step off and go find something else. We're making this really light lawnmower beer, and for a long time we struggled with what to call it.
Yeah.
But people were drinking it like crazy, and so we finally settled on the name John Beer. You know, because nothing rides like a beer.
Now that you're 5 years in, what is the most surprising part of owning your own tap room?
No 2 days are the same. And we literally just get to come in, and you have plans, and then you have what happens, and somewhere in the middle you figure out what you've got to do. But at the end of the day, there's a beer. You have a rough day, sweet, at least you've got a beer. If you've had a great day, then guess what? You get to celebrate with a beer.
What 4 have you chosen for us to try today?
So something dark. We're going to go with a Baltic Porter that we did. Okay. So something that's got some nice roasty elements to it, but not quite as burnt and roasty as some traditional porters. A little sweeter, a little more chocolatey notes. We've got one of our go-to beers here called the Welder's Agave Wheat. It's an American Hefeweizen, but it's a 7% wheat beer. We use some organic agave nectar, some of which is fermentable, some of which is not, and adds this really nice round, soft mouthfeel to that beer. We've got a brand new brut IPA that we've been doing, which is sort of a counterpoint to the juicy, hazy IPAs of the world.
Yeah.
So very dry, very crisp, super refreshing. And then the stunt beer for you guys is a beer I really love called Transmission Fluid. And it's just a crazy looking beer. You're gonna expect it to be a fruit beer, but it's actually a root beer. We've got ginger and beets, and it's mild American heavy in summertime in Charleston when it's hot everywhere. This beer is just really crisp and really refreshing.
I can speak for all of us that we're very excited.
I'm really looking forward to hearing what you think.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, Timmy, nice to meet you again.
You
Welcome.
too.
Cheers.
Here we go.
We have flights coming. I just talked to Chris.
What a guy, right?
Cool guy.
Sure.
Oh,
Oh, the man, the myth, the legend.
Here's 2 of them.
They're nice and
the
colorful.
spectrum,
Yeah. All about that color.
love it.
Enjoy, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, do you guys have like something that you are looking for in a flight?
I honestly just look for diversity. I want to kind of like get a full spectrum of what the brewery has to offer.
So, color is a good kind
Yeah,
of.
I love a flight that looks like this.
But also like a wide range of ABVs, right? Like and flavor profiles.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, you know, like some of your biggest flavors can be in your lower ABVs.
Some of your lightest beers could be the darkest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is true.
Some of the lightest beers can be the darkest.
Yeah.
It's a metaphor for life.
It
is.
It really is.
That's a good one. I like that.
What do we have up first?
We have a Baltic Porter, so get your nose into that.
I'm getting a little bit of coffee off the nose.
Absolutely. And a little bit of dark chocolate, right?
Roasty, very good.
I think, you know, like my dad probably would have drunk this warm,
Okay.
you know, and we all would have sworn at him, you know. He really wanted to taste his beer, you know.
Yeah.
And his philosophy was that cooling it down took the taste away,
Yeah.
which is
I could see that, especially with darker beers. I find the flavors kind of come out more as they warm to room temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I don't know if I drink like every beer.
No, I mean,
Your dad seems a little extreme.
yeah, he was for sure. Cheers, Dad.
Do any of you guys know what makes a Baltic Porter?
Well, you know, porter style in general has so many subsets. There's just such a large spectrum that can actually ease into the stout spectrum and then even sometimes the brown ale spectrum. And so it's kind of one of those constantly argued about styles of beer. It was the first style to actually ever be industrialized.
really?
So yeah, so like
I didn't know that.
people were drinking a lot of this stuff. Right?
Yeah, good. What we've got is the Welder's Agave Wheat.
This is
Just goes right on down. This is so easy.
agave notes. Very good.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask about when we say things like agave, we are putting these things in there.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Fruit beer is definitely a way to diversify one's beer portfolio overall at a brewery.
I remember a time we went wine tasting, and the sommelier was helping us, and he was telling us, you know, with wine, it's whatever you like. There's no wrong way to drink it, to taste it. My wife then takes a taste of hers and goes, it's got a little bit of bite. And he goes, wine doesn't have bite.
Yeah. So we've got a Brut IPA, which is kind of a newer style that's gaining popularity.
Okay.
It's usually made of champagne yeast, but this one's a little bit different.
Yeah, this is definitely a little different.
Nice.
Instead, what they're doing is using a candy sugar, or a Belgian candy sugar specifically. Yeah, and so what it does is it basically just makes the environment for the yeast to really just go to town.
So you just have yeast that are like hyperactive kids with too much
Absolutely.
sugar.
Basically.
Already in now.
Yeah.
Candy sugar, candy sugar, candy sugar.
I don't know if I've ever had a Brut IPA with the candied sugar, but it's really good.
Very
See,
nice.
very champagne-y.
It's like the opening of a Father the Bride movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
So the next thing we have is transmission fluid.
Wow.
Look at that color.
Hold this
that
up to the
color.
lights.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
this calls for a cheers, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Cheers. I'm sorry, this goes for a cheers and a, oh yeah!
Oh, you're right, the Kool-Aid man.
So red!
Wow, that is delicious. So that color is coming from beets.
I don't taste any beet. Like to me, beets
Oh, yeah.
taste
No,
a little bit like dirt.
I taste ginger.
I think what we're experiencing is a combination of the two flavors pairing off of each other.
Right.
So that beet, you know, you're going to have that
Just a
slight
little bit of
earthy,
beet,
that
yeah.
earthy flavor,
sure.
but the ginger and the way that ginger comes through, you know, that distinct type of flavor is really kind of balancing between
Yeah, for sure.
I love it.
Don't put it in your car though. I'm just suggesting that you
Transmission
shouldn't
fluid.
place it in.
I think it's more like the transmission fluid for your body.
No, yeah.
You are the car, this is the fluid.
That's
Well played.
absolutely.
I got it. You guys have figured it out.
Nailed it.
My friend Steve here is actually holding an Imperial pint.
Imperial pint.
Oh yeah. This is the standard unit, right, of drinking.
It's a proper man's pint.
I'm seeing some Jenga, guys. I'm sorry. I mean,
Do it.
there's a time for beer and then there's a time for Jenga.
Time for competition.
Well, who's first?
I think they say ladies first,
Ladies,
correct?
Yes, I believe so.
You hold my beer, sir?
I shall. There it is.
Wow, this
All right,
hurts.
Woody Woodpecker.
Well played. This is the Indiana Jones moment.
Now run.
Oh, he's found a lovely block.
Just barely touched it.
Good game.
Good game.
Well played, everybody.
Aside from being one of the key ingredients in beer, water plays a huge role in Charleston life. With the Atlantic Ocean to the east, fishing, oystering, and crabbing provides the Lowcountry with fresh seafood. Beautiful beaches are great for swimming, surfing, or relaxing. Kayaking is a great way to explore the many creeks and marshes. And a handful of rivers tie them all together: the Wando, the Stono, the Cooper, and the Ashley, along which sits Charleston's only certified organic beer maker, Free House Brewery.
Yeah, Snowpocalypse, man.
Yeah,
Remember
like
that Snowpocalypse?
2 years ago.
That was crazy.
Really?
Yeah, we got covered. We got covered in snow.
Hey, good to see ya.
You too, man.
Timmy,
Arthur Lucas, founder of Free House Organic Brewery.
how do you kind of come upon that name?
Free houses are the old pubs back in England that were independent and they were not owned by a brewery. The breweries used to own a lot of the pubs. And they often, because they could buy any beers they wanted, they not only bought local food for their pubs and restaurants, they got local beers. So it was all about local fresh beer.
Tell us how you're kind of connected to the bigger story of Charleston.
We're kind of central to Charleston, offering an experience that's kind of quintessentially low country. It's on the marsh, it's super relaxed, just like you would hope the low country would be, welcoming. We're just kind of known as a central, meeting place.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. This is my first time in the Low Country, and I'm absolutely feeling that.
I'm super stoked to hear
Oh,
that.
I love it. So is there like a part of the tap room that you love the most?
Man, I love just the people that come in here. Very low key, just come as you are, open to everyone. We've established that and never let go of it. And the people that come with that are fascinating and infinite.
I feel like you'd have to chase people away once they get here. It's just like, why would you want to leave?
You have to go pick up your kids sometimes.
Fair enough,
Yeah.
kids. So tell us a little bit more about what it means to be organic in such a farm-to-table town.
Organic is a huge part of everything that we do. All of our ingredients are organic. We're even certified organic. Just go so far to let everyone know that, hey, we're going to all this trouble because we believe in it. People don't think about beer being from a farm. They think about it being from a factory.
Right.
But beer starts with a farm. It's the best of the best stuff.
Yeah.
And with no chemicals or preservatives on it. So we might have the best hops grown in the world in our Green Door IPA.
I understand you have 4 beers in a flight for us. We're excited to know what those are going to be.
The 4 we picked are kind of a representation of the wide variety that we love to brew around here. So the dark beer is the Battery Brown Ale, an American brown ale brewed with organic flaked oats to give it a really smooth finish and a nice creamy head. The hoppy beer is our bestseller, the Green Door IPA. It's not very bitter, but you still want to have the hop flavor, brewed with organic oats and wheat as well to give it a little smooth, silky body. The next beer is the Pink Squirt, a sour pinkish beer that's about 30% wheat. We threw a bunch of hibiscus in the boil. We put organic tangerine zest and organic lemon zest. And this beer came out so pink and it made your mouth squirt. So I just said, this has got to be called the Pink Squirt.
The Pink Squirt.
And the final beer is the Ashley Farmhouse, which is a organic saison that we've been brewing for about 5 years. It's not sour, it's kind of fruity and Belgian-y flavored. It's, for lack of a better word, a very drinkable beer. Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. Thank you, we're excited. Are we talking about your hair?
Yeah.
Oh, you know.
That is
He's
nice.
got the best hair here for sure.
Delicate.
That's true.
Delicate.
What do we got?
I think we're starting out with the Ashley Farmhouse, which is their saison. I believe this is their house yeast that they use to brew this. Kind of like, I think, Free House embodied in a beer.
Right here.
Yeah. Quintessential Free House taste.
Yeah. The carbonation is really nice.
Yeah, the
Great.
carbonation is nice.
Yeah, great mouthfeel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really good. And you know what's great about Free House is it's all organic. So that's one of my favorite things. It's really, you really feel good about your drinking.
If you think about it, like what we're doing right now, four friends, enjoying a pint, essentially. That is probably the essence of human connectivity and community.
Yeah.
Beer itself is extremely, extremely old, and it's just one of the things that people have been doing forever.
Yeah,
This is spiritual.
that's what I like.
Spiritual.
Cheers.
Cheers. And so next thing we got is the Green Door IPA. One thing right off the rip, look at that color, right? Nice, clear.
Beautiful.
This
See
is,
right
when
through
you
it.
think of IPA, this is what I think of.
All right.
See, I can see you through this.
Is that right? Like picture perfect.
Yeah.
If you were to go to like the Museum of Beers and there was a picture of a beer and this was the IPA.
Yeah,
like
this would be it.
That would be it.
This is an excellent example of a West Coast style IPA.
All
So
right.
there's multiple different subsets. Yeah, this is a West
What
Coast
would
style
what would
IPA.
really distinguish West Coast versus some of the other?
Right.
Oh, well, it's certainly the most prominent that you would see these days.
It's like the hop flavor profiles as well.
absolutely.
A little bit more grassy, looking at the West Coast IPAs.
Very clean yeast. Typically, you'll actually have a very clean yeast, not like American style yeast. So you won't have anything too like estery at the end. Very clean.
I like this.
Me too.
You've got this Battery Brown Ale.
Aptly named for
Battery
the
Brown.
Charleston Battery.
Wow, it's lovely. It's lovely. It's very similar to a Newcastle Brown Ale. It's one of those things that you can almost drink warm. Sorry, just saying.
Yeah.
I
You
feel
and your
like-
warm
I feel like,
beers,
I know.
man.
I feel like I'm becoming my dad. I love this. Nutty, earthy.
Brownie.
Yeah.
It does have like chocolatey kind of
It does,
notes.
right?
Yeah.
Makes you like know you've done a good old day of work drinking beer.
Cheers.
I love this. I love it.
And that leads us to our fourth, and probably my favorite one to say, which is a beautiful sour called the Pink Squirt.
Squirt, squirt.
Your mouth is pink, and it will want to squirt saliva because it's that sour.
I like
It
the
actually,
visual.
it kind of has that strawberry blonde kind of pinkishness to it. If you look at it,
Yeah, it is beautiful.
really pretty.
Really good on the nose.
Oh,
Yeah, really good on the nose. Never did I think that would be a sentence that would come out of my mouth. Really good on the nose.
Love that tartness.
I do too. It does make your mouth pucker,
Yeah, it does. It really
but
does.
in like a really good
Oh,
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's that fruit though too. Like,
Oh yeah.
it's delicious.
That time I actually did get my nose in there and
Yeah.
then some in my beard, and
You're supposed to.
this is what you might find. This is one of the nice things about beards is you can save a little for later.
Frothy beards. A concept he's never heard.
It gets tough when you need a napkin, right? Every time you drink, right? Because you take a sip, you go, that done.
Yeah.
You get very nostalgic.
Yeah.
Aren't we supposed to throw like, I'm supposed to throw one or what?
Yeah, we take turns.
Yeah, you take turns.
I'm allowed to come. Oh, look. My
Wow.
shoes match the
It
board.
matches.
That's-
Your team.
see, we were just meant to win this, really.
Well, I don't know about that. But...
Here we go. And up.
Oh, of course. Show up.
What?
It's not good.
I mean, there's nothing else to say, really. And check, please.
Not bad.
Check.
All right, yeah, that's it. Shot put works.
No, it
Just,
doesn't. Just getting there.
wow.
Oh! Nothing but hole.
This is where I shine. That's meant for the camera. Okay, that's too far.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, okay, so, maybe the National Cornhole Tour isn't in my immediate future, but another great Charleston brewery most certainly is. On the other side of the iconic Arthur Ravenel Bridge from downtown Charleston sits the town of Mount Pleasant. Completed in 2005, more than 40,000 runners stream west across the Cooper River to downtown Charleston each spring in one of the nation's largest 10K races. But we're heading east into Mount Pleasant, to the welcoming world of Two Blokes Brewing Company.
Yeah, I don't know how good I can get it, because I am not a multitasker. So
Well, it's like there's so many jobs in restaurant that you can have. I feel like you can do almost anything.
all right, so
Just
like, I already work for you.
right.
And then,
But yeah.
obviously, like the bar had a vision for this now.
Hello, sir.
Hey man, how are you?
Good. How are you? I'm Timmy.
I'm Matty Simons. I'm the owner and head brewer here at Two Blokes Brewing.
Great. Thanks for having us.
No, thank you for coming in.
Where are you from?
I'm from Australia originally.
Okay, so this isn't a South Carolina native accent.
No. I'm a little further south than South Carolina.
Okay.
From Geelong, a little south of Melbourne, and I've been here about 20 years at this
Got
point.
20 years.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
You are the owner of a brewery. How did you get into that?
I'm a glorified home brewer.
All right.
About 6-7 years ago, the home brewing kind of went to a new level. A few of my, my better mates, we used to go drinking all the time. They said, look, your home brews is as good as a lot of the stuff we're drinking out and about.
Yeah.
We should open a brewery, and so we did.
I'm talking with one bloke, but
Yes.
two blokes. Tell us a little bit
Yeah,
about the name.
so originally it was myself and Sean Geddes. He was the other bloke.
All right.
I bought him out about a year ago. We were literally arguing about names. I came out with the, geez, this can't be this difficult. We're just
Yeah.
two blokes brewing beer. Bam.
Boom.
And there it was.
I love the branding. Just you walk through here and you get to see so much great artwork.
Yeah, the artwork up there on the board that we do for every beer, we do a specific piece of artwork for that. I do most of those now.
All right.
So yeah, and that's a fun outlet. The Putin sign gets a lot of laughs.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's great.
Yeah.
Isn't that what it's all about? Is
Yeah.
is making people happy.
Oh, it's one of my motivations. When I see somebody sitting at the bar and they have one of my beers and they taste it and they go, oh, that's not half bad. I'm like that keeps me going.
I understand you have quite the flight you're going to allow us to experience today. You want to tell us a little bit about what we're drinking?
Yeah. So first beer we're doing is called First Blood. It's a blood orange Hefeweizen. It's a traditional German Hefeweizen, so it's got all those banana, clove notes on the front end, but on the back end we've put blood orange in the fermenter to give it a citrus back end. The second beer we're doing is Wicked Throat Charmer. It's a New England IPA, a Citro Amarillo bomb. I mean, it's one of our most popular beers, also one of the most expensive to make. The third beer is a one-off that we've done. We call it Femme Fatale. It's a honey hibiscus saison. This is a beer that we brewed with a local group, the Brewsters, and the idea is to get women into home brewing and also into commercial brewing. And the last beer to top it off is Putin the Terrible. It's a Russian Imperial Stout. It's a 9.5% beer. This one is barrel aged on various bourbon barrels for around 6 months. It's a big beer and it's nice.
I am very excited to try these, so I think we should get into it.
Very cool.
girl we've never met.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, guys. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you. I tip my hat.
Oh, look at these.
Dude, look at these.
They're so cute.
What's our first?
First Blood, which is a blood orange Hefeweizen.
Anything with blood orange in it. Could be lemonade.
Oh,
Usually
like
is
it.
lemonade. I don't know why anything with blood in it probably should be offsetting.
It's a tragedy.
But when you put orange after, I'm like, blood? Blood orange?
oh yeah, totally. Sounds great.
Yeah, right. And I'm
I'll have two of them.
This is good. It's off the
That is
nose. It
delicious.
has a nice,
It's good.
spicy orange kind of.
I really like the finish too. It kind of finishes very clean. Nice light banana notes from the Hefeweizen at the end there.
And with a Hefeweizen, of course, it's not filtered, correct? That's part of what kind of gives
Absolutely.
So you are the filter.
Yeah, you are the filter. That's right.
It's a lovely way of looking at it.
Taste of being a filter.
your own
that.
Well, our next one does not have blood in it or mentioned at all. What do we have on it?
We have the throat shama, complete with the accent and everything. Another New England IPA, super haze bomb, brah. Looks hazy. Definitely get those fruited hops in there for sure.
Let's see if it chimes the throat.
Oh, that's delicious.
It's charming.
It's charming.
It's very charming.
It's charming.
I could just hang out with that aroma right there.
Yeah, it's
Just
good.
before I even drink
It's
it.
going to be one of the sentences I remember.
Just hang out with
I
that
could
aroma.
just hang out with that aroma for a minute. I mean, it's not said very often, is it?
Did we not say that? Is that something we say?
I love the New England accent. I know that's ridiculous,
You
but like
know,
honestly,
I
like
think it was-
like Boston accents. I'm
It's
just
just
like,
voted
yes.
sexiest accent.
I thought that was a joke.
This
That
is
was
amazing.
true.
Who makes these
I would have voted that. I would have voted for it all day.
sir.
I'm sorry. Except for
Excuse me, sir.
except for our Queen's English here.
Who judged that
That is, of
competition?
course, the most sexy accent.
Nah, I don't believe it.
Like when he really gets
Not
into,
for
like,
one
the
second.
No, sick.
Get out of here.
That's definitely got that.
Dick.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, well,
What is that?
that's the sexy. That's the sexy accent.
Next, we've got this beautiful pink beer.
Pink beer is called Femme Petale.
Love that.
A little play on words.
Tell us about beer naming, because I know that this is something
Right.
that that's a thing, right?
Clearly a
There's some
thing.
pressure,
You
right?
can only
yeah, it's
name-
always a thing.
You can only name a beer once.
Well,
It can
once
only-
and it is difficult, you know. You try to be smart, you try to be witty. Sometimes you do it, but you know, at some point, you know, someone's also had that idea.
Everything has been said.
No one's
Oh,
Well, I
absolutely.
mean, there's only so many letters in the alphabet, isn't there? No?
That's right.
No?
I like to chuckle a little bit when ordering a beer.
Oh yeah.
Some people like kind of get embarrassed. I don't know that. I don't know what that's like though.
Yeah.
I really.
Here we have Putin the Terrible.
That wood and rum notes already, like right off.
Oh.
The rip.
Yeah, the wood. It smells delicious.
I'm getting a lot of molasses off that. Am I?
Wow. I feel like I need a knife and fork.
That's dessert for sure.
That final flavor is so complex. You know, there's like dark fruit and maybe some, molasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Chocolate covered cherries.
Chocolate, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Could I just jump into your tank, please?
I was thrown into a vat of pickle brine. When,
Oh.
yeah.
As a young boy.
Another story emerges.
There's different styles of glasses for different types of beers. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like in the top of a pint glass, what's that little dimple?
Oh, so that's actually a British glass, and it's made
Yeah.
so that you can drink while you're standing.
Well, that makes sense.
I know. I mean,
A lot of standing.
I don't know why.
yeah, the little dimple.
why are
It's
you
really just so
playing
it sits in your
around?
glass.
Settle down.
People down the pub, right?
That's right.
Yeah, you got to stand.
Yeah, really? It's
Yeah,
just like a
that's really-
finger holder?
Yeah, basically. Oh, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers. Nastrowe.
Cheers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a great time here in the Lowcountry, and along the way, we've been keeping track of our observations on the beers to determine the ideal Charleston flight.
So guys, I've got a list handed to me right now by one of our illustrious producers of the official Charleston flight of 4.
Our favorites overall.
Yeah? Shall we reveal?
The Trip Hop Anonymous was astoundingly good.
One of the beers that I had that I just absolutely loved was the Green Door IPA.
That Hefeweizen was incredible.
The favorite beer I had was this Brute IPA. You see those beautiful bubbles right there.
So, in no particular order, we have got from Two Blokes, Putin the Terrible. From Rusty Bull, Darth Marwal. Next, from Tradesman, Transmission Fluid. And from Freehouse, Pink Squirt. This is such a good flight. Here's to the next flight of 4.
Indeed.
Cheers.
Let's get an Uber.
Hello, sir.
Hey,
Chris Wayne. I'm Timmy Morgan. I'm not Chris Wayne. You are Chris Wayne. All right.
I say it way different than you do, so.
A Baltic Porter?
Baltic
Baltic
What?
Porter.
Baltic Porter.
A Baltic Porter?
Baltic Porter.
Are there things going on in your head that you're not aware of? Probably.
From the dark to the pink. Flight to 4.
Support your local breweries, get involved in community, and spend time with the people you love. Until our next Flights of 4, cheers.